All right, I'm so excited today. Think Bigger Real Estate for who has agreed to join us. Maybe some of you know Mr. Wayne Salmons. He was a big deal here in Portland a couple of years ago. Maybe some of you attended the Bold course that he came and taught. I know ever since then, he's been a part of my life, kind of mentoring me from afar. And he's agreed to come on the Think Bigger Real Estate within the Think Bigger Real Estate group today to give some very tactical advice about what to do during a market shift. And I love Wayne and I love what he's doing. He's built an organization called the Hero Nation. He's wrote a book called, is it The Art of Getting Back Up? Is that right, Wayne?
The Art of Getting Back Up, yes.
Okay. Yep. So look those things up. But prior to Wayne's kind of really rise as a thought leader and as a leader of this movement called Hero Nation, in which he helps people become their own hero, he was a very successful real estate agent, like top 30 under 30, like he was a big deal. So I've asked him to come on the show today because Wayne, you and I both know that big businesses are built during the downturn, right? But this is when market share is gained. Mark Fox, who was on the episode just recently, got in the business about a year before the shift, and now he's one of the biggest agents in the country. So there's like time after time after time, you see this happening. And so I'd love it if you'd share with the audience kind of what you told me you had, which is like the top 5 things to do during a market shift to maybe promote that growth and become the next big star as we move through it and come out of it.
Yeah, well, and I 100% agree with you. I think that for a lot of people, this is going to be the biggest opportunity within a 10-year frame, right? Like this is with last 10 years, we've been doing amazing. If you had a heartbeat, you could sell houses, and now, right? There's a big opportunity right now, and yet I think that there's a couple things you got to tactically do. So first off, is what mindset are you going to go through with this? And really, we're dealing with 2 shifts right now. Right. So the first shift is there's some market, kind of realignment, right? There's some kind of getting stability back in the market, right? There's some corrections going on, right? Which is going to affect us. But the other shift that's happening right now is the technology shift. So there's some shifts on the technology side that are affecting real estate agents, right? So both things. So the first thing is there's a couple different positions you can take. The first position that a lot of people will take is, I'm fine. I don't need to worry about this. Nothing's really happening. I'm good, right? Not awesome, right? The other position that a lot of people take is like, this is the end of the world. We're going down, run, like I'm going to die, right? They're freaking out, right? And neither one of those are super healthy, right? So the position that I advocate for is get real, right? It's not nothing. It's also not the end of the world, right? Just you need to get really good at accurately interpreting reality and responding to that instead of just reacting to the freak out, right? Which is what most people do. And I think in order to do that, there's a couple things you got to do. First thing is you may need to cut some expenses, right? You may need to cut some expenses to be prepared for what's about to happen. And what I do with a lot of my clients is, and what I would suggest if you're watching you do is, look at your expenses and go, if I had to cut 15% of my expenses, what would I do? You don't have to run out and do it right now, but become aware of what would you do if you had to cut 15%, what would that be, right? And just so you get clear, hey, if the numbers begin to indicate that I need to cut some expenses, I automatically know what to do because I pre-planned for that, right? I think another thing that you've got to do is look for some of the opportunities. There's going to be some opportunities within the next 12, 18 months that are going to be incredible. And what are those, right? Some of the people that you and I know in the last shift, they did, it set them up for the success they've had over the last 10 years because they learned, hey, man, there's going to be a lot of short sales. Maybe I should learn how to do them and teach a course on short sales, right? Whatever it is, they leaned in. And I think this is your opportunity where I'm either going to lean out or I'm going to lean in. The next thing you've got to do is stop lying.
Hey, Wayne, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. So one opportunity that I see that I think agents need to be looking at is there's a group of agents that probably would have liked to have retired during the past downturn, but they lost so much net worth that now as soon as it's getting tough, there's agents that actually want to retire. One of my clients, Nick Crowder, wrote the book, The Golden Handoff, which is how to buy and sell a real estate agent's business. I think a very intentional realtor that plans on being here for the next couple of decades could go in and actually buy books of businesses from established agents and grow really quickly. And I think retiring agents could actually say, I'm going to get something for all those years of hard work. So there's a huge opportunity that people should really be looking into. So sorry, point number 3, keep going.
Dude, I love that. I mean, when I first moved from Alaska, I sold my business in Alaska. Right? One of the few agents that's ever really sold their business, right? Most don't. Right. And when I moved to Alaska or to Dallas, that was the first thing I did. I went to my team at the time and I said, hey, give the name of 4 or 5 agents that are either retired or want to get out. And I went and helped take over their businesses. It was huge.
Brilliant,
so
man.
I'm going to go get that book. That's awesome. Yeah. So the next thing that is stop lying. And what I mean by that is stop lying about the clients you're working with or people on your team. You may have some people on your team right now that aren't willing to do what it's going to take in the next 12, 18 months. You're probably going to have to do more than you have. Right? You're going to have to work harder, be more intentional, and skill up. Right? It was easy to get away with kind of winging it. Right now, you're going to have to do some skill up. So is your team prepared to skill up? If they're not, you may need to stop lying to yourself and let some of those people go. The other thing is with your clients, right? A buyer and a seller, especially a seller, 12 months ago, may not be a seller today. They as the market shifts, they may not, right? Because before the market would catch up to their price, whatever it is. So just be real about the clients you're working with. Yeah. Are these real buyers, right? Meaning they're going to buy something in the next 2 weeks, or am I kind of lying to myself? Are these real motivated sellers, or am I kind of lying to myself to keep my board full, right?
I'm gonna add in, Wayne, that I think that during a hot market, like a lot of sloppiness gets covered up, right? Is that like people don't necessarily have to be very precise, whether it be in pricing, whether it be in performance. And now like that stuff really matters. I love it. That's a great point, is stop lying to ourselves.
And that's the opportunity. You've got to skill up. Yeah. And what I asked my clients the other day was like, when was the last time you recorded yourself giving a listing presentation and you watched that back? If you want to be a high performer, high performers, they watch game film all the time. What does every athlete do after the thing? Right? They watch the game film. And are you leveling up and at that rate? And that's what it's going to take. Because the reality is, right? Nobody knows who's skinny dipping until the tide goes out. Right? The tide is going out. Right? So
grab your trunks, man.
You may need to grab your shorts. Right? But it's going to reveal who's been taking care of their database. It's going to reveal who actually knows what they're doing and has put the work in. So, and then I think the last 2 things would be get excited about the opportunities. Just because some other people in the next while, their reality will be doom and gloom and it's terrible and all this other stuff, right? That can be their reality. It doesn't need to be yours. You get to choose your reality. And I think the last thing that you and I think we would both agree on this all day long is get really intentional about who you're partnered with. Get really intentional about not just who's on your actual team, but who is what title company are you working with? Are they a title company that's freaking out and they're going, hey, this is the end of the world, our things are down, or whatever it is? Or I was talking to one of a guy the similar role to you here in Dallas, and he goes, man, our company's been preparing for this. We know it's coming. We're good. Like we've been putting money in the bank. We've been taking care of our people. Like we're 100% ready, right? So you better make sure that your title company's on board with you. You better make sure that the mortgage people you're working with have the same mindset that you do. This is the greatest opportunity ever, right? That your home inspector, right? You got to make sure that your team is in alignment with where you are. And I think that's critical. It's never been more critical. Let me put it that way.
I think, during challenging times, leaders matter more than ever. The whole reason I developed this group here is to offer additional value to real estate agents. And I love what you said about, having the right mood and the right energy. The first way we lead is with our energy. People feel that when we walk in the room, and our clients are going to feel that as well. Like if we're doom and gloom and like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? You don't have to say it. You can just feel it and they'll feel it from you. Yeah. Similarly, if both from your partners, whether it be your title partner, if there's an excitement, and as well as your customers, they'll feel that there's a level of excitement about what's happening in the market, and the new opportunities that are coming about. People will feel that. People want to be led by someone who is passionate and believes that there are great opportunities right now. And so having the right mindset and the right people around you, people like you, right? People like you've attracted the Hero Nation, right? Those are the types of people that we need to surround ourselves with. Because there will be people that will come out of this shift in a far better place than they started the shift.
Yep.
And so how do we surround ourselves with people like that? Because now's the time to grab market share.
Yeah. Do not waste this opportunity.
Yeah. I love it, man. Thank you so much for being an active member here in Think Bigger Real Estate. I know we've all benefited by having you here, and excited to continue to watch your stardom rise as you make a big impact in the lives of entrepreneurs and other people out there that are looking for kind of big level thinkers and people that help them reach their potential. So appreciate you, man. You're the man. Keep up the great work.
I appreciate our friendship, and let's continue to connect.
I love it, dude. Sounds good, man. All right. See you.